Gone are the days of solitary farmers shaking trees by hand. Today's walnut orchards are high-tech marvels, blending agriculture with cutting-edge science. In this video, we're about to embark on a journey that will change the way you look at that crunchy snack in your trail mix. You'll see how a single walnut tree can now produce up to 350 pounds of nuts annually, a yield our ancestors could only dream of. So, ready to shell out some time and discover what's cracking in the world of walnut farming? Let's dig in and uncover the technology that's revolutionizing one of the world's oldest crops. Walnuts are cultivated in various countries around the globe, with significant production in the United States, China, and Iran. The US is the largest producer, particularly in California, where the Mediterranean climate is ideal for walnut cultivation. American walnuts are known for their high quality and flavor, making them a staple in both domestic and international markets. When the grafted trees are healthy and ready from the nursery, they will be transplanted into the larger orchard. Pre-augured holes are prepared in the orchard, spaced according to the specific planting plan to allow for optimal growth and access to sunlight. These holes are carefully measured and drilled to the proper depth to accommodate the tree's root ball. Once the roots are pruned and prepared, the trees are placed into the pre-dug holes, ensuring that the graft union, the point where the scion was grafted onto the rootstock, is positioned above ground level. This helps protect the graft and ensures healthy growth as the tree matures in the orchard. To protect young walnut trees from sun damage and dehydration, they are covered with a white protective film. It acts as a shield against direct sunlight, preventing sunburn on the tender bark of the young trees. Sunburn can severely hinder their growth and overall health, making them more susceptible to diseases. Fertilizing walnut trees is a crucial aspect of their care, promoting healthy growth and boosting yields. Generally, fertilizers should be applied in early spring and midsummer, using a mix of organic and mineral options. Pruning is necessary for the healthy development of walnut trees, ensuring proper sunlight exposure and structural integrity. Farmers carefully monitor the growth of the trees, removing any excess limbs that could bear too much weight and lead to branch breakage. A well-maintained walnut tree, pruned and shaped to allow optimal sunlight penetration. In the first 5 to 7 years after planting, walnut trees will continue to grow and develop a strong structure. By the third or fourth year, the trees begin to flower, but they do not produce many nuts at this stage. From the 7th year onward, the trees start to bear fruit, and the yield will gradually increase each year. Walnut trees reach maturity at around 10 to 15 years of age. During this period, maximum yield can be achieved, with the ability to produce between 500 to 1,000 kilograms of nuts annually, depending on the variety and care conditions. The walnuts themselves are protected by a green husk or hull, which serves as a natural barrier. When the husk dries and opens, it's a sign that the walnuts are ready for harvest. The process of harvesting walnuts by farmers can be done in two ways: manual harvesting or mechanical harvesting. On large-scale farms, walnut harvesting is carried out mechanically, using a small machine with a long arm to grip the trunk of the tree, designed to make the task efficient and less labor-intensive. The first step in mechanical walnut harvesting involves the use of shaking machines. These machines are equipped with long, extendable arms designed to grip the trunks of walnut trees firmly. Once the machine is positioned, it vigorously shakes the tree, causing the ripe walnuts to fall to the ground. For smaller trees, compact shaking machines with lighter designs are used to minimize stress on the tree while effectively dislodging the nuts. In contrast, larger, mature walnut trees require bigger, more powerful shaking machines that can produce stronger vibrations to shake down the nuts quickly and efficiently. This shaking method is far superior to manual harvesting in terms of speed, precision, and the ability to cover large areas with minimal labor. After the nuts fall to the ground, the next step is to organize them into windrows, long, neatly arranged rows of nuts along the orchard floor. This is typically done with sweeping machines designed to push the fallen walnuts into these organized rows. The creation of windrows simplifies the collection process by grouping the nuts together, making it easier for the next piece of equipment to pick them up. Once the walnuts are arranged in windrows, specialized harvesting machines come into action to efficiently collect them. These machines typically function similarly to powerful vacuums, utilizing a combination of suction and mechanical movement to sweep the nuts off the ground and into a collection bin. The machine's suction system is equipped with a large intake hose or funnel that captures the fallen walnuts. As the machine moves along the rows, a series of rotating brushes or paddles agitate the ground, ensuring that even those nuts partially buried or hidden among debris are effectively dislodged. The design of these machines is meticulously engineered to maximize efficiency while minimizing damage to the nuts. Moreover, these machines can be designed with features that allow them to filter out unwanted materials like leaves, twigs, and dirt. Built-in sorting mechanisms, such as screens or conveyors, help separate debris from the walnuts during the collection process. After walnuts are harvested, they are quickly transported to a huller to remove the outer husk. This transfer from the field to the huller dryer typically occurs within 12 hours, ensuring the walnuts are processed while they are still fresh. When the walnuts are delivered to the huller, the outer green husk that covers each walnut is removed. The machine uses a combination of rollers, blades, or other mechanical tools to carefully strip away this outer layer without damaging the nut inside. The walnuts move to the drying system. In this phase, the walnuts are subjected to controlled heat to remove excess moisture. Proper drying is essential for preserving the quality of the nuts. They are then transported to the processing plant. The processing of walnuts begins with an essential step: the removal of leafy branches and other debris that inevitably mix with the walnut batches delivered from the orchards. These batches typically consist of not only walnuts, but also a variety of unwanted materials collected during the harvesting process. As the walnuts are gathered, they often fall alongside leaves, twigs, and small branches that may have broken off during the shaking or vacuuming process. Specialized machinery meticulously sort through these batches. The walnuts are transferred into a modern high-pressure spray system. Here, clean water is sprayed from various directions with strong pressure, ensuring that every surface of the walnuts, including the small crevices and rough areas on the shell, is thoroughly cleaned. This process effectively removes all stubborn residues, dirt, and any remaining impurities on the outer shell. After the walnuts are thoroughly cleaned, they move on to the drying stage. Stadium drying bins are large devices with multiple horizontal trays inside, each with mesh bottoms that allow air to circulate evenly through each layer. The walnuts are spread evenly across the trays to ensure the hot air can reach all of them. The layer of walnuts is typically about 10 to 20 centimeters thick, allowing the hot air to pass through and dry them effectively. Hot air is pushed from the bottom to the top by a powerful fan system, circulating through all the trays. The temperature is maintained at 35 to 40 degrees Celsius, which is sufficient to dry the walnuts without damaging their internal structure. The drying time ranges from 24 to 72 hours, depending on the moisture content of the walnuts. Once they reach the desired moisture level, the walnuts are gradually cooled for 4 to 6 hours. The dried walnuts are dried. They can be transferred to storage in two primary forms, depending on the quantity and handling requirements. For large-scale storage, The walnuts are placed in bulk storage rooms, which are carefully controlled for temperature and humidity. In cases where smaller batches are being handled, or when ease of transport is necessary, the walnuts are stored in large bins. These bins provide protection from external environmental factors before being distributed to the market. Walnuts are typically packaged in two main forms: in-shell, whole shell, and shelled, de-shelled. Each packaging method requires a distinct processing procedure. For the in-shell packaging method, the process begins with thorough sorting. After being cleaned and dried to the ideal moisture content, the walnuts are passed through an automated sorting system. The sorting criteria include size, shape, and overall quality of the shell. Next, the whole-shelled walnuts undergo a rigorous quality inspection. Inspectors carefully examine each walnut for any signs of damage, such as cracks, blemishes, or signs of pests. Unsatisfactory walnuts are removed to ensure that only the highest quality products are packaged. Once they pass inspection, the in-shell walnuts are packaged in various types of packaging depending on market demands and shipping methods. For bulk quantities, they are typically packed into large bags weighing between 25 to 50 kilograms, made from breathable materials like canvas or polypropylene mesh. For retail, walnuts may be packaged in smaller bags, cardboard boxes, or even traditional wooden crates to enhance aesthetic appeal and product value. For the final product, shelled walnuts, the process begins with the classification of the walnuts after they have been dried. The walnuts are first sorted based on size and quality to ensure that only the best specimens are selected for shelling. This preliminary sorting is essential for maintaining high standards in the final product. Once sorted, the walnuts are passed through specialized shelling machines. These machines apply the right amount of pressure to crack the shells while preserving the integrity of the delicate kernels inside. After the shells are removed, automated machinery is used to separate the shell fragments from the walnut kernels, ensuring a clean and high-quality product. The final quality check is performed by workers who meticulously inspect the walnuts to ensure they meet the highest standards. For bulk packaging, the kernels are typically loaded into large containers or boxes. These containers are designed to keep the nuts dry and protect them from external elements. The use of breathable materials helps to prevent moisture buildup, which can lead to spoilage. In the case of smaller packages, walnut kernels are often vacuum sealed in plastic bags or placed in airtight containers. These packages can then be labeled with important information, including nutritional facts, expiration dates, and handling instructions. After packaging, the walnut kernels are stored in a controlled environment to maintain optimal temperature and humidity levels. This storage ensures the quality of the kernels is preserved until they are ready for distribution to retailers or customers. And that wraps up our deep dive into the world of modern walnut farming. If you enjoyed this journey through the walnut orchards, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more fascinating insights, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below, sharing your thoughts or any questions you might have about walnut farming.